What we do now echoes in eternity. You are a little soul carrying about a corpse, as Epictetus used to say. Do every act of your life as though it were the very last act of your life. Perfection of character is this: to live each day as if it were your last, without frenzy, without apathy, without pretense. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Look over the past with its changing empires that rose and fell, and you can foresee the future too. At dawn, when you have trouble getting out of bed, tell yourself, I have to go to work as a human being. What do I have to complain of if I'm going to do what I was born for, the things I was brought into this world to do? Or is this what I was created for, to huddle under the blankets and stay warm? So you were born to feel nice, instead of doing things and experiencing them? Don't you see the plants, the birds, the ants and the spiders and bees going about their individual tasks, putting the world in order as best as they can? And you're not willing to do your job as a human being. Why aren't you running to do what your nature demands? You don't love yourself enough, or you'd love your nature too, and what it demands of you. The universe is change. Our life is what our thoughts make it. Remember that very little is needed to make a happy life. A man's worth is no greater than the worth of his ambitions. Never esteem anything as of advantage to you that will make you break your word or lose your self-respect. Don't go on discussing what a good person should be. Just be one. Receive without conceit. Release without struggle. Casting aside other things, hold to the precious few, and besides, bear in mind that every man lives only the present, which is an indivisible point, and that all the rest of his life is either past or is uncertain. Brief is man's life, and small the nook of the earth where he lives. Brief, too, is the longest posthumous fame, buoyed only by a succession of poor human beings who will very soon die, and who know little of themselves, much less of someone who died long ago. If any man despises me, this is his problem. My only concern is not doing or saying anything deserving of contempt. It is in your power to withdraw within yourself whenever you desire. Perfect tranquility within consists in the good ordering of the mind, the realm all your own. The things you think about determine the quality of your mind. How ridiculous and how strange to be surprised at anything which happens in life. Just that you do the right thing. The rest doesn't matter. Cold or warm, tired or well-rested, despised or honored, dying or busy with other assignments, because dying too is one of our assignments in life. There as well, to do what needs doing. Look inward. Don't let the true nature of anything elude you. Before long, all existing things will be transformed to rise like smoke. Assuming all things become one, or be dispersed in fragments to move from one unselfish act to another, with only God in mind. Only there, delight and stillness. When jarred unavoidably by circumstances, revert at once to yourself, and don't lose the rhythm more than you can help. You'll have a better grasp of the harmony if you keep going back to it. It never ceases to amaze me. We all love ourselves more than other people, but care more about their opinion than our own. Life is neither good or evil, but only a place for good and evil. Whatever anyone does or says, I must be emerald and keep my color. Concentrate every minute like a Roman, like a man, on doing what's in front of you with precise and genuine seriousness, tenderly, willingly, with justice, and on freeing yourself from all other distractions. Yes, you can. If you do everything as if it were the last thing you were doing in your life, and stop being aimless, stop letting your emotions override what your mind tells you. Stop being hypocritical, self-centered, irritable. You see how few things you have to do to live a satisfying and reverent life? If you can manage this, that's all even the gods can ask of you. Be like the cliff against which the waves continually break, but it stands firm and tames the fury of the water around it. No one can lose either the past or the future. How could anyone be deprived of what he does not possess? It is only the present moment of which either stands to be deprived. And if this is all he has, he cannot lose what he does not have. Misfortune, nobly born, is good fortune. Do not disturb yourself by picturing your life as a whole. Do not assemble in your mind the many and varied troubles which have come to you in the past and will come again in the future. But ask yourself with regard to every present difficulty, what is there in this that is unbearable and beyond endurance? You would be ashamed to confess it. And then remind yourself that it is not the future or what is past that afflicts you, but always the present. And the power of this is much diminished if you take it in isolation and call your mind to task if it thinks that it cannot stand up to it when taken on its own. Pass, then, through this little space of time conformably to nature. And end your journey in contentment, just as an olive falls off when it is ripe, blessing nature who produced it, and thanking the tree on which it grew. A man must stand erect, not be kept erect by others. Think of your many years of procrastination, how the gods have repeatedly granted you further periods of grace, of which you have taken no advantage. It is time now to realize the nature of the universe to which you belong, and of that controlling power whose offspring you are, and to understand that your time has a limit set to it. Use it, then, to advance your enlightenment, or it will be gone and never in your power again. Dig within. Within is the wellspring of good, and it is always ready to bubble up, if you just dig. Every living organism is fulfilled when it follows the right path for its own nature. I was once a fortunate man, but at some point, fortune abandoned me. But true good fortune is what you make for yourself. Good fortune, good character, good intentions, and good actions. When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love. That which is really beautiful has no need of anything, not more than law, not more than truth, not more than benevolence or modesty. When people injure you, ask yourself what good or harm they thought would come of it. If you understand that, you'll feel sympathy rather than outrage or anger. Perhaps they're misguided and deserve your compassion. Is that so hard? What we cannot bear removes us from life. What remains can be borne. No man is happy who does not think himself so. The blazing fire makes flames and brightness out of everything thrown into it. But we have to sleep sometime, you say. Agreed, but nature set a limit on that, as it did on eating and drinking, and you're over the limit. You've had more than enough of that, but not of working. There you're still below your quota. You don't love yourself enough, or you'd love your nature too, and what it demands of you. People who love what they do wear themselves down doing it. They even forget to wash or eat. Do you have less respect for your own nature than the engraver does for engraving? The dancer for dance, the miser for money, or the social climber for status? When they're really possessed by what they do, they'd rather stop eating and sleeping than give up practicing their arts. The body and its parts are a river, the soul a dream and mist. Life is warfare and a journey far from home. Lasting reputation is oblivion. all things fade and quickly turn to myth. It is not the actions of others which trouble us, but rather it is our own judgments. Therefore, remove those judgments and resolve to let go of your anger, and it will already be gone. How do you let go? By realizing that such actions are not shameful to you. Live out your life in truth and justice, tolerant of those who are neither true nor just. Time is like a river made up of the events which happen, and a violent stream, for as soon as a thing has been seen, it is carried away, and another comes in its place, and this will be carried away too. Anger cannot be dishonest. Do not think that what is hard for you to master is humanly impossible, and if it is humanly possible, consider it to be within your reach. Adapt yourself to the life you have been given, and truly love the people with whom destiny has surrounded you. Stop wandering about. You aren't likely to read your own notebooks, or ancient histories, or the anthologies you've collected to enjoy in your old age. Get busy with life's purpose. Toss aside empty hopes. Get active in your own rescue, if you care for yourself at all, and do it while you still can. Dwell on the beauty of life. Watch the stars, and see yourself running with them. Think constantly on the changes of the elements into each other. For such thoughts wash away the dust of earthly life. Everything, a horse, a vine, is created for some duty. For what task, then, were you yourself created? What we do now echoes in eternity.